Morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. I know it's early. Like so here. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, Raw Truth. Can you guys hear me? I'm always having issues with sound. Good morning, Ashley. Can you guys hear me? I'm always having issues with sound. Oh, good, 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 good. So listen, I wanted to get. I'm on my way to work, so I have a drive, a long drive, about an hour. So I wanted to just get on here and talk about something. So I was listening to some. I wouldn't say they are content creators. I would say maybe they consider themselves influencers. I don't know. I just listen to people and kind of try to get an understanding of where they're coming from. But the one thing I see, and I think people, the listeners, um, don't do is try to get an understanding. Right? Or I think that people are listening to anything and influenced by it. And I heard some things that were being said. Good morning, Rachel. I heard some things being said are just so incorrect, and I won't repeat it because I don't want to, downplay somebody or something. But I just want to say this: Proverbs 4:7 says that in all you're getting, get understanding. And before you listen or take to heart some of the things that you hear on here, you really have to study to understand if it or see if it's the truth or not. Okay. A lot of times people um, will try to advise you based off of their circumstances and be so incorrect. Okay. They want to make you believe that whatever it is that they're doing is good. And a lot of times they use the Bible to do that. And that is so annoying to me. Okay. So if you're going to tell somebody or expect somebody to do something, then listen, none of us are perfect. We all go through things. We all have, issues, dealing with issues. The Bible says the rain falls on the just and the unjust. That means that you don't necessarily have to do nothing for that to happen to you. You could be going about your day or living your best life doing what you know to be right, and then bam, something happens to you. And automatically we think that we've done something wrong, or we're not living right or something like that. And if people see your life and they see you go through something, they'll assume the same thing. But just like Job, you didn't have to do anything. You just uh going through life, and something happens to you. The rain falls on the just and the unjust. But when you are going through something, you have to be careful who you listen to for advice. Okay, because a lot of times, like I said, people give you advice based off of their circumstances and not necessarily based off of what is right for you to do. Okay, and that's what I was kind of listening to. The advice that was given, or was, what I think they thought was biblically inclined, but definitely not accurate. Okay, we have to study to show ourselves approved, and if we spend time doing that, and I noticed that people just get out there and they just start fighting, or just start saying things, just start responding without having a foundation to whatever it is that you're saying. When I go through a situation, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm driving, a little distracted. When I go through a situation, the first thing I do is I run to the Bible. Now, a lot of people don't believe in the Bible. They don't believe a lot of stuff that happened in the Bible. So they say, "I'm not. That's not real. I'm not going to read it." But if you read it even if you don't believe it and you read it like a regular book, The advice that's given in there, if you apply that to your life, is very, very genuine and accurate. Very genuine and accurate. Honor your mother and father, and your days on this earth shall be longer. Now, I've seen that happen. I've seen people dishonor their parents and suffer. So I mean, um, if we apply those things to our lives, it benefits us, and rather we believe it or not. Rather, some people believe it or not. But like I said, some people give you advice based off of their circumstances, and they say, oh yeah, I did this and it worked for me, or I did this and because I did this. Now let me just say this, because a lot of people follow them. Okay, this is why it's bad, because a lot of people follow them, and if they don't know the word, or if they don't know any better, they will follow in your footsteps and be misled. And that's the problem that I had with this, is those inaccuracies falling on the wrong ears and allowing people to be misled into a place that they can't get themselves out of, or down the same rabbit hole that I see people who's giving that advice go down. Let me see if I can see this. I was listening to a pastor this morning, and he was talking about he was pretty much talking about the role that we play in people's lives, and how they value or invalue us, and how it affects us personally. So, you can have a friend or a boyfriend or a husband or whatever, and how that person values you in their life sometimes affects us in how we um, kind of value ourselves. We place value on ourselves based off of how somebody else treats us. Um, and that, again, is a part of listening to what somebody has to say, and listening to the inaccuracies. Hi, Anomaly. How are you? Um, and then he was talking about love, and how people's misconception of what love is. We all know that the Bible says that we're commanded to love. And I don't want to act like I'm a preacher or something like that. I'm not. I just use that as a guideline in my life. We know that wisdom comes from the Lord. So I feel like, if you want to get wisdom, that's where you get it from. But he was talking about love. And we think that love is just this fuzzy little feeling that you get in your stomach, and it's not. Love is an action. It's something that we are commanded to do. Love one another. So if we are to love one another, um we're commanded to love one another, then I think that God puts a measure of love in us. There's an expectation that we make a choice to love someone. Hold on, y'all, I'm sorry, this is my job. Shoot. uh, uh, Doggone it. I'm back, y'all. So love. Let me give you an example of what I mean when I say that. So we talked about accountability, we talked about um, forgiveness and all that, but let's talk about love. There's different types of love. Agape love, I'm sure y'all have heard of that. That's that love where we all love one another, that the Bible talks about. But love is an action. Love is not something that we always want to do. It's not something that we always feel like doing. It's not something that we do because we like or dislike a person. It's something that we do because that's what we're commanded to do, whether we want to do it or not.